on the phone with my friends, I asked, hey, what game do you want to play? They're like, no, what game do you want to play? And I'm like, no, what game do you want to play? And they're like, no, I picked last time. So I choose a game. And they're like, so I say, like, for example, murder mystery. And they're like, actually, I don't like that game. I don't want to play. Like, are you kidding me? Like, you literally just asked me what game I wanted to play. Like, what? Does this make sense to anybody else? If your friends do this, make sure to like and subscribe. Here's the next story. Hope you enjoy. Is it just me, or, like, you're in class, and, like, you're sitting in class, right? This happened to me before. I was sitting in class, and, I farted, okay? Everybody does it, and I admitted it, okay? Everybody heard it, everybody smelt it, and, the next day, a kid farted right next to me, but they blamed it all on me, and I told them, no, I wasn't the one who farted. Like, it was Derek, okay? Not me. It was Derek. And that's a so-and-so. It's not the real person. So I was, like, sitting there, and everybody started making fun of me. They were, like, laughing at me and stuff. And then I got out into the hallway after yelling at them for, like, 5 minutes, saying, like, I didn't do it. It wasn't me. They can believe all they want, but I didn't do it, right? And I'm out in the hallway, and this group kicked me out, okay? So I'm in the hallway, in that group, they're talking about me, and then this one girl, the rudest girl in the group, goes, ew, I'll be farted again in class. And others said, ew, really? Are you kidding me? Again? And everybody started calling me gross, and I went into the bathroom stall, and I started crying, and I didn't get to eat lunch, and I was starving, and I was hangry for the rest of the day crying, and I reported them to the principal. Also, I helped her. Yeah, is this relatable or not? By the way, have fun at part 3. Okay, guys, this is kind of a drama story with my best friend Aubrey, but it wasn't her fault. I'm here. Yep, she's right there. So there's like this girl. Let's call her April. No, I like the name Dimitri because it sounds rude, but like boyish. Okay, Dimitri. So this girl named Dimitri, Aubrey and her became best friends, and I was fine with that. And like, I wanted to like hang out with them too, but when I tried to hang out with them, the girl that Aubrey's friend was, she didn't really know me, which was okay, but she was kind of being a little bit rude, and she started like getting all upset, and then like started talking trash behind me with my friend Aubrey. And my friend Aubrey, my best friend Aubrey, she didn't really like it, but like I started getting mad because she still hung out with her after her calling me all that rude stuff, like calling me ugly. For example, that's one of them. So I'm sobbing very hard because Aubrey didn't, now since like I was like getting mad at her, Aubrey didn't really like me anymore. So we stopped hanging out. And then I finally told the counselor, like, hey, this girl, she's actually being really rude to me, and now my friend thinks that's my fault, my best friend. And I started crying very hard. And when I knew, like, this is not my fault, like if somebody was talking trash about behind my best friend Aubrey, then I'd actually not be friends with them anymore. So yeah, it was getting very irritating. So I told the counselor, and the counselor talked to, I think you, right? Yeah. The counselor talked to Aubrey, and she told me, like, she asked me all the things that Josie said, and I explained to her, and I said that Josie was, like, basically, like, targeting me, and she was, like, giving me reasons to hang out with her still, and she was giving me reasons and making up things that Aaliyah did to her to make me go against her, and stuff like that. So, yeah, but now we are friends because that was all figured out. We all said sorry to each other. Well, at least Aubrey and I. But now that girl that we are talking about, she has no friends. And she deserves friends. They're fake friends. Like, you could tell. And the mean group, that's them. That's her friends. Okay, guys, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I mean, no, not the video, but this part. Have fun at part 4. Yep, bye! Fourth relatable story. So this one I hopefully is relatable to all you guys because this happens to me actually a lot. So I will be like in my room, right? And my siblings, they go do a sport, but I don't do that sport. All my 3 siblings, like all my other 3 siblings do it though. And I don't. Okay? So I stay home when they go to it because I'm a big back. I don't feel like leaving my house, okay? And then when they come back, they have fast food. Okay, like this happened today. They come back and they have like ice cream, and I'm like, "Where's my ice cream?" And she's like, "Well, they worked hard at jiu-jitsu," and I'm like, "Okay, so when I do cheer, why do you never get me ice cream? Like, how is that fair?" But then like other times, like I'll hang out with my bestie, Aaliyah, and I'll come back from my house and I'll ask my mom like, "What's for dinner?" And she's like, "Well, we just went to go get McDonald's, and you didn't get any because you weren't here." And I'm like, "How's that fair? You could have just called her or like called me and called me back and like got me to come home." And like she's like, "Well, you should have been home." And I'm like, "How? How do I have telepathy to know to be home?" And then like there's other times where like I'll be there. And like the same thing happens, but like I asked to have a sleepover, right? And I'm like, I got so tired of like her giving them fast food when I had a sleepover, like so tired of it that I literally asked what's for dinner every time I go on a sleepover. And the last time I had a sleepover, she lied, and she was like, "Oh yeah, we're just gonna eat like probably cereal." And I was like, "Okay, fine." And I get home the next day, and I asked my siblings, like, what did they have for dinner? And they said, chicken strips. And I said, "Oh, well, really, Mommy told me that you guys, like, my mom told me that you guys had, like, cereal." And they were like, "Well, we had chicken fries." And I was like, "Okay." And, like, at this time, like, I think it's, like, a week later, and, I am, like, at my house, and Kennedy, like, my sister, says, "Hey, Aubrey, by the way, we got McDonald's without you when you went on that sleepover a week ago." And I'm like, "What?" Oh, and here's another part. So, yesterday, I got a slushie, and, like, without my siblings, and I get home, and I have a slushie, and my mom's like, "Aubrey, why do you have a slushie and your siblings don't? Did you get one for all of them?" And I'm like, "No. You never get me stuff. They never get me extra stuff when they get something." And she's like, "Guys, I'm going to go get you guys a slushie, okay?" And I'm just sitting there, and I'm in complete awe, and I'm like, okay, so say, like, how is that fair? You would never get me a slushie if they all got one. Tell me how it's fair. But I hope this is relatable, and I hope you guys have a good time at part 5. Bye! Okay, guys, this actually has to be relatable to somebody. At least somebody. Like, literally, alright, I think almost like every single first child, or, I don't know, like oldest, deals with this. Like, let's say, like, you think that your siblings are the favorite. Yep. You heard me. Yeah. Your siblings are the favorite. So, I literally went downstairs. My sister punched me because I was in her spot. I'm like, "Girl, I do not want to move." And then she started like, getting mad, so to the point where she punched me. So I punched her back. She went to go tell my dad. And you know what? I get yelled at. I said, "Well, she punched me first just because I was in her spot. Like, she could have just moved somewhere else." And I had that spot because she left it. And every time when I get a spot and I leave it, she always goes, "Well, you left this spot, so I guess I get to have it because nobody was here." So I did that exact same thing. I said those exact same words, just like how she says it to me. And I get in trouble. And then my dad's like, "Well, she's younger. Does your parents do this?" Like, this is actually so annoying. He goes, "Well, he's younger." Like, guy. She's like almost like the same age as me. So, get out. Hope you guys have fun at part 6. This one also has to be relatable. So you can't tell me that, like, when there's a school drill, you're sitting there and you just hear, uh, and you're like, oh crap, I'm gonna die. So you run to the door and you start crying. That's what happens if it's a real drill. Or you randomly are just scared and then you're just like, line up in a single file line, please. And you're like, no, I'm not lining up in a single file line. Who do you think I am? I'm jumping out the window. And they force you to go in this line, alphabetical orderly, by last name alphabetical. Like, who wants to spend their time doing that? Not me. And, like, you walk out, and in the freezing cold with, like, hardly any clothes on, like a t-shirt, like some sweatpants, that's it. They don't even let you get a jacket. Also, if I were to be doing a school drill, I would get all my valuables first instead of letting it sit in my locker and die and burn to death. And, like, I'm just sitting there, and they're like, you're here, you're here, you're here, you're here. Like, what's the point of that? If the school is on fire, I'm jumping out the freaking window. If there's a school shooter, I'm jumping out the window. Earthquake, I'm jumping out the window. Tsunami, I'm jumping out the window. I don't care. I'm jumping out the window. This has to be relatable. Have fun in part 7? Yeah, 7. Okay, is it just me or like when it's in the middle of the night, like 12 o'clock or 2 or 3 or whatever time, but it's at night, everyone's asleep, you're in bed, and then you hear a strange noise, and you're like, heck no. So, like, here am I hiding under my sheets, like, thinking something's gonna kill me, and, I go check, and then before I check, I'm, like, thinking of all those people that died in horror movies. I'm like, yep, I'm not checking, I'm staying right here. And then I go finally check because I hear nothing else, and it's like, so, like, I just hid under my sheets for that long being scared for no reason. Do you guys hear strange noises at night? If you do, make sure to like and subscribe. And, go and, have fun at the next story of part 8. You can't tell me that, like, this isn't relatable. So, like, you're at a sleepover, right? And there's this one girl. Okay, she's like basically like the main girl of the story. She's not real, but this happens to me all the time. Like, everyone's laughing because it's a sleepover, right? You're supposed to be having fun, laughing and stuff. And then this one girl, she's like, guys, stop! I have a volleyball game tomorrow. I can't be, like, awake. Like, why'd you come? If you knew that you had to wake up early, why'd you come? And then, like, everyone's like, okay, fine, we'll be quiet. And she, like, tries to go to sleep, and then she's sitting there for, like, 5 seconds, and everybody, like, little laughs again, like, and she's like, guys, seriously, I have a volleyball game tomorrow. I can't risk being tired for it. It's a very valuable game. And, she's just sitting there, like, talking like that, and everybody's like, great, we don't care. You shouldn't have come. It happens so often at, like, group sleepovers. Funny. This happens with my sister all the time. Like, she literally, like, I'll be laughing in my room with my friends and sleepovers, and she'll be like, Aubrey, you know I have to do something tomorrow. Aubrey, you know I have to do something tomorrow. And I'm like, okay, so? You can't tell me it's not relatable. Have fun in part 9. Bathroom, and it's kind of embarrassing when you just see people and they're just hanging out in there, and you're like, okay, and they're just like talking, you know, and then you have to go pee, and you kind of think it's like embarrassing if they like hear like the droplets like go into the toilet, and like it just makes me not want to go pee, and then it's like kind of embarrassing, you know, but everyone does it, but it is embarrassing, so I just wonder if this is actually relatable to anybody. So, thank you. Bye. Can't tell me this isn't relatable. So, like, you'll be in class, right? You'll be minding your own dang business. And this girl, she just thinks everybody loves her. And she's like, hey, guys, like, I love that we're all best friends. And you're just like, girl, go away. Nobody likes you. And, like, everybody just secretly hates her. And everyone thinks that she's annoying. And she, like, calls herself ugly and stuff on purpose for more friends. Like, girl, you already have enough fake ones. Do you want even more? Like, get your life together. In every single picture, she'd just be posing. And she'd be like, oh, my God, I'm so ugly. You know what? Like, you can take the picture. I won't be in it. And you're just like, oh my God, bro. And everybody's like complimenting her, being like, oh my God, you're not ugly. You're so beautiful. And you're saying, like, shut up. You can't tell me this is relatable. Have fun. And I think it's part 11 with Aaliyah. I can't be the only one where I'm just starving. Where, like, and you're at, like, my friend's house or something. And I'm like, oh, hey. Like, you don't want to, like, ask, like, hey, can I just help myself, you know, to get food? Like, I'm hungry, can I eat? Because you think that's rude, and you're going to overthink it sometime in your life, and then you're just going to overthink it, and it's going to be like, no, let's just not do that. And then her mom starts asking, like, hey, are you guys hungry? And you're hoping that your friend will make the right decision, and she says, no. Like, are you kidding me? When did I say that I was not hungry? Like, is this relatable? If so, I think you will for sure enjoy part 11. I mean 12. So this is a relatable story instead of like a relatable scenario. So like this happened to me in 6th grade. So I was like in my class, right? I am like really good at this class. Okay, I have like an A minus, like an A maybe, A plus, one of those three. I can't even remember. And it's like the new quarter, right? It's whatever. Like I thought. Like, my science teacher, she gave me an A+, and she kindly told everybody, she gave everybody an A+, because they all deserve it for, like, the new semester. And I'm like, geez, thank you. And I think, oh, maybe my social studies teacher will be like that. And I checked my social studies grade, and it's an F, and I have one random missing assignment. And I talked to him about it, and I'm like, hey, I turned this assignment in. And he's like, well, I didn't have it. And I told him, and I was like, well, I turned the assignment in. It doesn't matter if you don't have it. I remember turning it in. He's like, well, if I don't have it, you didn't turn it in. And he said that I was probably lying about it. And I'm like, I'm not lying about this. Like, and this happened every single quarter. I had one paper missing. It's what he said. I had one paper missing. Exactly. Which was 5 points only. I think it's crazy how one missing 5-point paper can drag my entire grade down to an F from an A+. But like let's say, on a 100-point item, like that won't like give your grade up like to an A+ if you have a B. It'll just make you get like a B+. How's that fair? How? We hope you guys enjoyed this video and subscribe if you're a baddie. Peace.